Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Appreciate you being here. Please like and subscribe, support the channel. In this video, I'm going to quickly recap my trade from Friday. I made 6R on Friday. Could have made 25R if I managed my position better. And that's what I want to talk about in my review, is how I could have done it better. Also want to talk about just what market moving events I anticipate this upcoming week. So I'm recording this at 11 a.m. on Sunday, August 10th. Gonna try and keep this video quick, 5-10 minutes. So let's just review and then let's talk about what I anticipate for this week. So this is the price action from Friday, August 8th. And this was the first trade I took. I got in big after, I got in a little late. I should have gotten in here right after bar 2, because that is the first bar that closed and then had a break, a confirmation break, which I got in here on bar 3. But I was a little late. I really sized in here once I saw this continued confirmation. And I was in with 12 contracts, and we moved 12 micro contracts. My average price was about 6,390, and we moved up 20 points. So I could have cashed out for 12R, 13R at the top of this, maybe 15R. And I probably, I don't know. I probably that's the thing, is don't even want to say I should have, because I probably should have just, what I should have not done is, well, let me show you the second trade. So I got cashed out there because it came down against me. After I think I moved my stop loss up to be underneath bar 7. After this kind of came down here, didn't hit that stop, moved up. I put my stop loss here. It moved up again, but then it came down and stopped me out. Moved down even lower. And I could have just had my stop loss here, like around, like basically break even when I got in. And that probably would have been the move, because I could have just let the trade fully play out. But the thing is, the market's going to go against you. There's no way of knowing how much it's actually going to go. There's no way of knowing, could it continue up way higher, or is it like when the right time to sell is. The only way to know is after the fact. And that's why we need like a system that tells us when we can get out, right? And that's something I feel like that's like the latest over the past few months, like adding in those like desired take profit points. That's what's helped me the most, because and it's what's allowed me to just hold for so much longer, like just hold throughout the whole day, even with huge size, and be like, look, I don't care. Like, I'm like, right now, like my trading's going well. There's ups and downs still, but like I know I am making good progress, and I know like good things are coming. I just have to really iron out and keep doing back testing and figure out what is working, what's not working. I think one thing is like, don't be greedy. Like when I was up here, up 15R, I was like, what if I just sold now? Like that'd be a huge fucking trade. But I was thinking like, no, I don't want to just sell because I'm thinking about how much I'm up. I want to sell because I'm thinking like I think the move is going to continue. It's a very bullish first 30-minute candle. The EMAs are just starting to open up and expand. For me, that's like my signal. I'm just holding. And if I would have just held this position all day from when I entered with my stop loss here, I never would have got stopped out. I would have made like from right here 90 up to 25, whereas it closed, I would have made 35 points. Okay, 35 points. I would have had a killer day, like 21, 22R. But this was my first trade that I got stopped out for. This was my second trade. I took 3 trades on Friday. This was the last one. These are all legit signals. This one I actually wasn't a legit signal, but I just kind of jumped the gun on that one. Um, and sometimes you whiff it, and you can't do that all the time, but a very select amount of times you can do that. That's what I did. And I think the way I can manage it better is just if I go up 20 points and I'm up in a killer position, at that point it's like you like don't be greedy. It's like you're up 20 points. There's no way of knowing how far the market will continue. There's almost always pullbacks. It rarely ever just goes straight up. Only from like news will it go straight up, or if it like capitulates, it'll go straight down. But going straight up is very rare. And like a type of day like this is a really amazing trading day, and these don't come around that often. And when a day like this comes, it's like I could have, sold at the top here and made like 15R. This trade here, I could have made like 10R. This trade here, I could have made like 5 or 6R. And this trade, I had like my highest position size ever, and I was at break even because once we moved up this first bar, um, like when we got in off bar 50, that was the bar that closed outside of the prior 30-minute high. Um, Once we closed that bar, I got in really big. We pushed up really big on bar 51, and I just immediately put my stop loss right here. And we were up, we were only up like, let's see, we were up like 10 points, but that was like $1,000 because I had 20 contracts at break even. So I made 6R, still a really good day at $600 because my R is 100. But I since I'm taking so many less trades now, like minimizing the amount of trades, only trading when my very very my A plus setup appears, I'm gonna raise my R because I'm so confident in it and I want to get that like maximize since my setup doesn't show up very much. When it shows up, I want to maximize that and kind of be an all-in trader like my mentor Susan talked about. But I don't want to like be greedy. Like yes, I want to hold all day, but I also don't want to be greedy. And if I'm up really big, 10, 15R, probably should just take that trade and maybe get in again because guess what? The market will probably give me another opportunity to get in. And there's going to be more days like this where it goes up, pulls back, goes up, pulls back, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. There's going to be more days like that, and it just shoots up straight like crazy, and I just miss the move. It's more likely if we're going to have huge moves that just shoot like crazy and you just want to hold all day no matter what, those capitulation days. Because look at the chart. These days that are the biggest, 100-point days, those are the days. This was an 80-point day right here. Those to the upside don't happen as much as they happen to the downside. Especially, they back here when this was crazy volatility, like peak volatility, it did happen, but I don't even think I would have gotten a long signal on this day because of how bearish the market was overall. I might have, but I don't know. The market is more normal now. There's a healthier amount of volatility here. Like it's more volatile than it was back here in this period, but it's these days are not doji bars for the most part. They're full days. It's a nice trading environment. It's also a really hard trading environment, but it's the type of trading environment where every now and again you'll get a good opportunity and don't squander it. Because I've squandered a lot. I've given back a lot of I've given back more than those two big winners I had the earlier like a month ago or 2 to 4 weeks ago. But I know that I'm going to keep figuring this out. I'm so simple now. I've got my system. I only trade the one setup. I'll trade it north or south, long or short, depending. But I know things are gonna go well. It's just a matter of time and just continuous learning. Keep educating myself and watching podcasts. keep back testing, keep looking at the charts, keep studying. You know, let's uh let's take a look at Thinkorswim because I like to have Thinkorswim and Trade of 8 open. Thinkorswim, it's a better charting software for me. I can have my signal up on Thinkorswim, so I just like Thinkorswim a lot. I just like the visual. I like seeing how like these EMAs, how the 30-minute EMAs on the 5-minute chart, how that looks. I like seeing the hour EMAs on the 5-minute chart, the hour EMAs on the 30-minute chart. I just like how I have it plotted here. And, you see how they're close together. We get our bullish, it's like clearly a bullish trend. We get a bullish move while the EMAs are still tight, still expanding. That's like when I want to trade. So, like, say Monday comes and we open. Let me go back to Thinkorswim. Say Monday comes and we open, way up here. Okay, I don't think that trade is gonna. I would not take a long trade because guess what? The EMAs are just expanded a lot. They're expanded. They've already like kind of made their move up. I'm gonna wait for a time when the EMAs consolidate. They're tight, and they're about to expand again. And Monday, say we open way up high and we shoot up. That's a time where I'd actually look for like an oops reversal. Except I wouldn't because like I don't trade the oops reversal setup. But like one day a future me might do that. That is more that has more than one setup. But right now I'm only prioritized on my one setup, only taking my one setup when it appears like it did last Friday, like it did a couple Wednesdays ago. I think 723. I think yeah, right here. This trade here when they come from tight, they're starting to expand. Like that trade. Because later on in the trend when they start, it's like Adam Grimes said, and it's the market, the forces that move the market are expansion or drift. So drift and mean reversion. And this is the expansion when the expansion happens. When it's tight, it's less likely that it's going to break and retest because it's coming out of like a tight area, or maybe it moves up and pulls back like it did right here. Okay, it expanded, so it broke, comes back to retest the EMAs and moves up. That second entry, that is the great type of trade. And I would have actually had a way bigger day this day, but I was unfortunately, I didn't have to. I wanted to like, it was kind of like a special day for me and my fiance. We'd been working super hard at the family business and just wanted to go to the beach. So, still had a great day. Like it was like a 10-hour day, but I didn't have the second entry to get in. Do I regret that? No, because there's more important things in life than trading and making money, like spending time with your loved ones and the people you care about. But that is just the reality of my situation that day. But it's not a big deal because there's other days to make money trading. And, I think this was a day. This would have been a good day to get long. But of course, these are 30-minute EMAs, not 1 hour. I trade the 30-minute chart and I use the 1 hour EMAs because it's a better indicator of trend than the 30-minute of the higher time frame trend. But I trade the 30-minute breakouts to get better entries. So that's pretty much my system. Here is a great time. Here would be a good time. This would be a okay time here. It does gap up, but not like a crazy amount, only just 10 points, and the EMAs are still pretty tight. So that would have been a good move up. 25 points would have been a great move up. I think if you get up 20 points, I think that's just a time where it's like, don't be greedy, man. Like if you're up 20 points and it's big, just take that profit and be happy with it. But yeah, that's what's up, guys. I need to talk about next week. So this is my super simplified market at a high level and game plan document. Used to have a bunch of crap in here. Now it's just super simple. Okay, this week's market moving events, the VIX, and just a reminder to look left. What's my plan? Blah blah blah. Fixed risk management size. I think what I definitely need to increase this over 100. I think probably 400 and 500 are definitely way too much. Way too much, but I think risking about $250 each trade is appropriate. I think I'm comfortable with that level of risk at my account size. I'm very comfortable taking like several of those losses in a row because I know that eventually I'm going to get a winner that pays for all the losses. And my winners will come often enough that it's like I'm not going to have a large amount of these in a row. Maybe my win rate will be like 40%, 35%, but on my winners I'll make. And even if I don't know, I have to run this for longer to see what the math actually is. But I'm just like looking back over. Let's look at this Excel month to month analysis. This is my month to month analysis, right? So for August 2025, my win ratio has been about an average of like 38%. This is my performance without fees, after fees. So, I have lost money. I haven't been a perfect break-even trader since February. Lost about $2,000, but I'm improving a lot. I can make that back on a trade now. And things are really going to start looking up for me. I just know it. I'm not saying that to like brag or be cocky or anything. I'm just saying it because I've been trading for 8 years now, but seriously trading for almost 4. In January, that's 4 months away. In January 2026, that'll be 4 years of seriously trading. So that's it for me, guys. I hope this was a helpful video. I gave a lot of insight to my plan. I talked about what I'm looking at next week. There's three big market moving events next week. So Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, I expect there to be volatility. I have to go now. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Peace.